Welcome back. Today, day one of the rewire. This is the one I quoted off this previous video here. I've got a thing, I just love doing pop-ups at the moment, making my life hell with editing. So the job was completed. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it in the description. We did the quote with you guys. It worked out about 11 and a half. I rang the customer afterwards just so they had a rough idea what it would be over the phone because they've got me through YouTube and they also quoted it themselves from my previous videos, which are all of these up on the screen right now. Why have I done this to myself? So they had a ballpark figure and we were only about 500 quid off. But then once we did the quote, we sent it across, we had a chat about a few things. So we are also running a 16mm armoured out to the outbuilding out here with a 6-way SPD board as well. That's then going to have solar, battery storage, everything within there. I presume they're having a new roof at some point to have all that. But by doing that as well, I thought it was a good idea to do our mains interlinked smokes, heat and CO2 that are going to be in the house. We're also going to run an armoured cable out there as well to interlink that hardwired. I know you can do it wirelessly, but we're already doing a continuing rewire across out there. That makes perfect sense. That bumped the price up a little bit. We had a couple of extra sockets and a few bits and bobs. So it wasn't far off the £12,000 mark, which is what they originally thought, which is awesome. The fact that they knew where they stood, I knew where I stood. They knew I wasn't taking the mick. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So when I came to quote a few weeks ago, this is what I turned up to. This is an empty property. They're not currently living here. They've gone around, post-it notes everywhere, best as possible for me in each room. We've got some speaker cables, we've got double sockets. We've got the light switch going on, speaker cables up here, and it's the same process throughout the whole property, which is, to me, as quoting it, taking pictures, writing notes on my phone, transferring it into a quote. It made things dead simple. So anyone out there that's going to get a rewire, either by myself or anyone's going to get one, but other electricians, this sort of stuff is very, very helpful. Obviously, we can determine the height that we want it with you guys afterwards, but a rough position of where you want accessories put in to us is fantastic because there's nothing worse when we've done stuff before. They've put, oh, a socket in this corner, we've put it here, and then you come back afterwards and you go, actually, I do want it there. It's so frustrating, it's a waste of time and a waste of money for us, and equally, it's more chasing or more filling of the wall for you guys. I'm just waiting for a phone call, video call with the customer, just to run through a few final things that are added extra. There's a couple of wall lights that are going on that are on plug tops. I don't quite know yet, but they said that's what they want. They don't want it sunk in, so we'll see at the end of the job. But the only carpet they're keeping is down here, just literally within the lounge that travels through into the dining room where you guys are. We've got some outside furniture that we're going to just pop outside. We've got a very nice big TV that's brand new. That also needs protecting, so I might slide that into the kitchen for the time being. I've got some sticky tape, it's the floor protector tape. I've got my Velocity floor runners, Dusty Boy ones, work mats and everything that I'm going to put down. But I'm just going to run these all around the edge, exactly where we're going to be working, and as well on this retaining wall on your left-hand side. I've already gone, as I was walking into the property, the neighbour, the lady next door, with her 4 kids and a tiny little baby strapped to her chest was coming out. So I just said to her, I'm the electrician, I'm turning up here, I'm going to be here for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, because this is the first rewire I'm doing by myself in, Jesus, maybe 5 years or so. I asked Adam, he's busy and then on holiday. Mitch has got a billion things on. Jack JRC, this old guy here, refused to travel 2 hours, so thanks for that. And I thought, yeah, sod it, I can do it by myself. But I pre-warned her that I'm going to be making a noise. We're going to concentrate on this side of the wall today, get this all done, hopefully within the 2 days, all the really noisy stuff on the attaching wall to her. The noise is going to be kept to a minimum after that. It will just be me using the SDS on other bits of the wall, but it won't be on her wall. So just word of warning to any sparks out there, tradespeople, anyone, or even customers having work done, just go next door and just tell them it's going to be noisy for a bit. They'll be as quick as they can. There's not a lot they can do about it, but just to pre-warn them. So, you know, she's got literally like a couple of week-old baby that's going to be going down for naps. If she does say to me, listen, I'm going to have a nap for an hour with the kid and whatnot, I can go, yeah, no problem. I can pull floorboards up this side. You know, everyone's happy, everyone's a winner. I think having kids myself, I know that's a really nice thing to be told that it's going to be noisy for a bit just to prepare for it. Whether or not she wants to go out to her mother's, father's, whatever. Right, it's been on the phone for half hour to Chris. A few extra little things, what horrible noise that we've added, which we just marked up on the walls. Double checked a few things. I missed an outside light off the quote, and we've added 2 extra datas to go into the loft, because why not? Because there's data everywhere which wasn't in the loft, so we've mentioned that. I'm gonna get this down and get the chaser out and load the van. I turned the power off. I bought my temp board to pull in. Because there's no one living here and I don't have to keep the power on for the trades, I'd rather isolate everything off, pull the tails out. It means whenever I'm chasing, because there's a few of these sockets in the background that I know for a fact when I chase up, I'm going to go straight for the original cap and the wiring. We don't want to go and bang bang, unless you're with Adam's mum. So, yeah. Right, floor's all down. This stuff is hideous. I don't know where I got it from. I have got some clear plastic stuff that's amazing and it sticks. This doesn't stick at all. It sticks to itself, but that's about it. It's like cling film, really. We've set the laser up. I've brought as much stuff in as I can. I've got a few floor runners. We've covered the kitchen as best as possible. We've got the water mats down. I've come to a bit of a crossing the road. I've set the laser up. I've got the height I've want, and I've rejigged these. Also, when I walk, it's hideous, so I'll try not to. So originally that cat cable there was over here. The HDMI was in the middle. I've rejigged things around to allow us clean drops for this one. We've got 4 cat cables there. It's a dual pattress. It's a dual pattress going here. We've got 2 HDMI, HDMI, a coax and 5 speaker cables. And what I've done here, I've chopped the top of this out to allow us to get the HDMI connections in because they won't fit through. But this is going to be brought in within 25mm conduit into the box, so no sharp edges. And then this was the idea I came through last night. So bush and coupler in plastic. Annoyingly, they don't do a dual-sided one, which is like a thread that size, so it will go through box to box. They do in metal, but then again, I didn't want the metal to react with the wall, and the spacing is quite wide on them. It's at least 6 inches, that much. So annoyingly, I forgot to bring any 20mm conduit, so I'm going to nip to the shop now before I even start making a mess, because I want to get this spacing right, because this whole wall here, you've got 6 25mm double pattresses, which if I get the spacing wrong will look awful. And the reason I've moved this to this side is because we've also got a double socket to run here, and obviously we've got no access above, so that is going to be fed from this one. So what I would be doing is a chase up for this one, a chase up for this one, or I bring it within 150mm of the corner of the wall to allow with regulations. So that could come down to this one first and then back on itself and across, because being a rewire, I don't really want to be doing spurs. Even though it's a radial, I try and do it as best as possible. So I'm going to nip to the local wholesale, wherever the hell that is, get some 20mm conduit. We're going to cut these down to the pencil line that just only gives us a little bit of a lip for both sides. So that's going to sit almost like that with the thread for smaller spacing and all the way across. And I'm also going to connect these ones to the mains power, for the sole reason of keeping the spacing accurate while you're looking at it. Obviously, you've got a clear path through. There's no live cables going within the data or the coax and HDMI. It's just I want the spacings right for it to look appealing on the wall, and then we can actually start doing some chasing. But yeah, that's the thought process. If you do it any other way, please let me know. I'm going over the top with this. I could easily just chase this out, screw it in place, job's a good one. But I've done that many rewires and filmed that many rewires for you guys. Every now and then, like I said, I'm trying to change and do things a bit different that I haven't done before. Try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then you guys know not to bother with it in the future and waste your time and effort. So, wholesaler, here we come. Right, we're back now. I'm going to show you in a second, but fresh, clean pair of Ansel High Flex gloves. I wouldn't do a rewire 100% without one. Honest opinion, they're brilliant. I wear them all the time. You've seen me wear them, and especially because I have bad skin on my fingers as well. It does the trick and the treat. They're still grippy, and at the same time as well, with me, with social media, my phone and a young family, I can still use my phone with them. Fantastic. So every single one has now put one in. The reason I put them in now is so I've got a good grip to use my angle grinder on. I'm going to do this now, film it so you guys can see. I'll do cut shots, I'll bring it below and also on top of it as well. I brought a little bit of super glue, so when we're cutting this and we're putting a tiny little bit of 20mm conduit in, I can glue that in place to give us one massive, nice, solid bar, 6 25mm pattresses to hold up. We've already got the laser. I just want to make sure we've got the right amount of wiggle room. Wiggle room? We've got the right amount of wiggle room. It's in the center, and also as well, I have decided in this corner, I'm going to do the chase down here within 150mm to go to that socket and back round. So this end one is just going to have a 20mm grommet in the side. When I tell you guys that was probably one of the most frustrating, time consuming and whatever things I've done, great finish, absolutely ridiculous to do. So this is what we have, as you can see there. And annoyingly, I missed one out and glued the end bit on, so I had to redo it. But we've got the same measurement throughout. We've all got it in a 99.9% straight line. You be the judge of that. Obviously, the screws will hold it back. So data, HDMI, speaker cables, 4 sockets, an outlet for the socket on the end. I've marked on the walls where I want it. There must be an easier, better way to do this. Anyone that has a bank of sockets like this and you think, oh, I've seen Nick do that, what a good idea. Don't do it this way. Don't do it. I'm so annoyed with myself. I've wasted so much time to do this. But anyway, that's in. At least we're going to get a good finish with this. But companies out there that do conduit, whatever, do a plastic bush and coupler, please. Please do it. With little stubby bushes with a tiny thread, just enough to bite. That's all we want. A nice little spacing. Please. Just marked out this box, and what I'm doing here is extending the edges, because we're doing all the chasers with the chaser. Is once the plate's on it, it's this big, I need to see where the center line is, where the middle of the blade is going to hit for the depth. Just go a little bit more, so we've got all the edges covered. Right, people, let's see if they've done a good job. And then I can say to myself for the first time in a long time, you good job. I think once they're all individually screwed in, I have set the chaser to like 30 mil. I presume there's a little bit of brick just here, which is kicking that bit out. So I'm not going to fix any of these just yet, because we've got to do all the chases up and down. So that's our centre mark for that chase. If I just chase, which way is the chaser set? Always look as well when you're doing the chase, which side this is. Obviously I'm going to come down most of it, but equally when I do turn it round and I've got to do the last bit up, ideally I want to be able to get the chaser in, and I won't there. So I'll go, this is the chase here, I'll make my mind up then. And then we've got a big one here, one there, and then the other one will be all the way on this corner here, within 150 mil of the corner. Just for educational purposes, you've got a significant amount here. And all I'll do is get the chaser in on that corner, all the way down. I'll then chase this across now, if you can see it on the camera. Chase up, and then that can meet that. So yeah, as hideous as that was to do, once I get that fixed back in a bit, I'm rocking and rolling. Right, we're at the next stage now. I've popped you up on the window. Obviously, I've turned the power off. I'll show you the 10 board I did in a little bit. I've just been really trying to play catch up with wasting all my time on that stupid box. I've drawn here. We've got a picture rail all the way around, which is normal in older houses. I was unfortunate this morning that when I spoke to Chris, whose house it is, I said, oh mate, we're getting rid of the picture rails, aren't we? He's like, oh no mate, no, we're going to keep them, look really nice. I thought, oh wicked, that's a shame. So we're going to chase close up we can, SDS what we need to, and then it's the same thing here. We'll probably manage to get the chaser in what would probably be, you know, 10 inches or so, that is, and the rest will be SDS. I don't know if you can see here, I've drawn a arrow, so the line and the arrow means that's the side of the chaser I want it to go on, same as this side, I've done it up there, and then we're going to do a double chase here because we've got speaker cables, HDMI, and also coax cable. I could probably get away with just the one, but while I'm here, hang on, I'm chasing all the way up here. I haven't thought about this because those are going to the TV, and because, see, we've got pipes in the way. we've got a 5 meter HDMI cable, so I can go straight up, straight down, and that if there's enough. Let me measure that now, because I was about to chase all this and then thought about that. If not, because we've shifted everything over to the left as well, it means we can go HDMI is this one, just slip behind here, chase around the brickwork like we have before. But if it's long enough to go up and down and reach, then I'll just do that. It isn't long enough. It might about reach, but it will literally just stick out by 6 inches or so. Never gets old. But the problem with that, so what I can do, instead of bringing it up here and then chasing it underneath all the data cables that are coming across, this is the main gas pipe which comes in here and feeds the fireplace. So we're just going to SDS that, and just feed it round. But I'm going to just undo my contraption a little bit, because this is my HDMI one with the speaker cables and everything. So we'll still do a full chase up, but we'll spin it left as well for the HDMI and the coax. So I'm just going to switch over this one with this one to allow this one to be the data here, so they don't cross. Hopefully it all makes sense. I thought this was going to be a real pain in the arse, but I can just unscrew it. I forgot about that. That's fabulous. I got myself a Hitler tash again. All that video, the split con cable, absolutely loved that job. Loved that day, loved that video. I really, really did. I got real enthusiasm for it again. But obviously it's when I was editing it, well, I knew throughout the day, because Adam kept giggling at me and Ash going, and I realised that I'd rubbed dirt all over my face constantly, which is understandable. I'm at work and whatever. But I didn't realise how much I actually touched my face, to then, once I started editing the video, of how bad I had I'd rubbed dirt so badly in the middle, and my moustache is like dark here anyway, and it like goes blonde. And I emphasised the dark bits, and it honestly looked like I had a Hitler tash. So one of the comments put, I will try and find this, even though it's more work for myself, here, saying my favourite, we shouldn't really bring Hitler up on this channel, should we? But to be fair, I do share the same birthday as Hitler, so. And I've also got the same surname as a serial killer, so. Right, we've sussed it. We're going across, stopping the double chase there, going across, going through that way, hunky-dory. I brought the HDMI and the coax are going to be slightly lower level by about, probably just a chase from the socket, so it doesn't impede it if it goes on the other side or whatever. It's just so the data and the mattresses and the coax all don't meet at the same point. I have to bury it under. We can plan it now, like I've just done, and think about it in the future rather than just full steam ahead. We should be all right. Last but not least, I'm going to chase this now. If you haven't seen me wear any glasses or goggles, it's for a reason. I'm an idiot and I left them in the unit. I don't have any, so I took the spare box of PPE out the other day from the other videos when you saw me go to the tip, and then it was still empty as of last night when Green Cable left. We did that video. And then it was about 6:30, I was putting the stuff back in the van for the rewire. I put it all out and I left the PPE box on the side. So this is stupid, do not copy me, I am an idiot, but I am doing the safety squint. So bonus points there, but yeah. Hi friend, whatever. I forgot to mention, the link is down in the description below for Ansel gloves. They're in every video in the description, go and check them out. We've done all the hunky-dory stuff I'll show you through in a minute. We're just going fixing back now. I'm screwing the boxes back at this house. I'm still using the nailer for the all-round band within the chasing. For the first time in a long time, I managed to get hold of some 25mm oval. So normally we would have used 20mm, but 25mm is perfect, especially when we're running two. You bring it down 225s. 20mm you can do it, but for the extra cost of the 25, it saves you a lot of time with faffing around with two 225s coming down or a 6mm or whatever. So that's in, we've got the laser on. I thought we'd spin you around and finish off the video of me fixing my monstrosity to the wall and seeing how good that actually looks in place. Once I've started chasing, everything's gone really quickly. I'll run you around that now. Like, it is looking good. That is looking good, it's looking sweet, I'm happy. We've had a bit of a clear up, believe it or not, that's the stuff that would have been on the carpet otherwise, that I've swept into the corner. But that's all done. We've got the chases up, done for a double, 2 singles, come down here, which is the HDMI and the speaker cables and the coax. Let's drill through. And the reason I've done this to keep the corner in contact for the strength. Trying to bond that again afterwards and keep it with the strength. I mean, I don't even know if it's going to have beading on it, but I've done that for a reason, for the strength of the corner. Let's chase round. We've got the dual one there. Obviously that coming up and down and across and yada, yada, yada. So, we're getting there. To give you guys a reference, I got here at 8:30. I was messing around on the phone for an hour with a customer, figuring some stuff out, putting the floor down, bringing the stuff in, nipping to CEF, which was literally 5 minutes away, and that was a 35-minute journey because of whatever. and just checking we're not tashing up at the moment. So yeah, let's see how good this looks. Fingers crossed. I look like Tintin again. Cool. Just changing it here. What I'm actually going to do, just for the rest of this, is I've got that one socket image you just saw. I'm going to change the level to the center of the drill points and do that, and then that will be exactly the same for the rest of that. It's just I wanted to get the right height to start with, so I can change the level. Right, with lug level. Oh, right. Oh, brilliant. I'm just going to stick a grommet in this end now. We're still using the super grommets. If you don't know what these are, guys, they're flared one side and not the other. So if you pull the cable, you know you're pulling the cable through this way, you put the big bit, the flangey bit, whatever, through that way. Fabulous. Right, where's the laser sitting? Central one is absolutely bang on. Please try and ignore the dog barking in the garden. I've had headphones in all day and I can still hear it, so if he carries on. So I'd rather be honest and show you guys what I'm going to do. I think it's the transparency hopefully speaks volumes of what I've intended to do here, which has worked, but at the same point, the thickness of what this would be hanging out. I'm not 100% happy with it. It's a tiny lip, really, for here, for here, for here, for here. I don't feel like, because I'm doing a bonding coat, obviously you need a multi-finish over the top of this, is what I'm going to do, which I just attempted this side. I'm just going to get my multi-tool out and I'm going to chamfer it down. Obviously here, I've only just done this bit. I'm going to chamfer it down with a multi-tool. I'm still going to do this side. That'll allow me enough of an edge to plaster over. It's still got the strength. It isn't going to go through the middle or anything like that. But in theory, great idea. But 100%, I think this, if they're going to do it, there should be like a flat side that's at least 2 or 3 mil flush. So I'm going to get them done and I'll show you the final finish. But yeah, rather be honest, guys. You know what I said earlier, it's I've got no glasses. I've dealt with this now for the past hour and a half. A big chunk of brick has gone under my eyelid and I tried to flush it out, tried to get it out. Obviously I've got a very dirty face, ignore that. And yeah, I've dealt with it for a while and just think, right, I'll just sort it out when I get home. And then I just went to go and get a pair of grips out my bag. I mean, what time are we on now? It is 5:10. You can see that. But yeah, I'm just literally finishing off the lounge. That's all I've done today. The lounge. I've got the light switch left to do. And yeah, I'm done now. It's 5:45 and I'm very conscious of making loads of noise next door because of the kids and whatever, and I've been doing it all day. The dog stopped barking. I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, but maybe. Right, we've got our temp board all in and done. I'm just gonna plug you in, batteries. So the lounge is done. I just started packing everything up and then I realised that the extra socket was here and I never added it. So I've just done the last bit so the lounge is completed for tomorrow. Power tools I'm trying to put out of the way. I could tell my Hoover, so I emptied this morning. So you can see how much stuff it actually picks up. And no, I don't have a bag on it. I used to have a bag and it's pointless. So I'm gonna empty that into a plastic bag. We've got all these in. We've got all the clips in. It's all flush. This is the one for the HDMI and everything. Everything got up, all picture rails done. We've got all this absolutely in and sweet. I am happy with it, but Jesus Christ, it was just too much effort. I wasted easily an hour on it. That one coming around. We've got 2 double socket. Well, we've got a speaker cable here. I accidentally slipped. Whatever, bonding will cover that up. Same one here. Single socket down there. And then we've got a 35mm back box because this rewire we're bringing neutral. So we're going to just do loop in, loop out method out the switches so we can have all smart switches put in and up and done. I hope this video has been some form of help. Like, it's possible to do something like that, but I think we need to, I either can't find anything that's manufactured for that thing. There could be someone out there and you're not going to go, Nick, you are an idiot. This is what you're after. Or there should be a manufacturer there that goes, oh, actually, that's quite a good idea. Because, you know, it is getting more common now. The more rewires we're doing, we're having massive banks of socket. Upstairs in the office, which I will film when we do it as well, there's 12 double sockets in what is the box room up there for the office. So it's a similar thing, but I like the idea, obviously, the bush and coupler with the metal ones. But equally, that would have stood more proud than the plastic ones, but at least I managed to shave the plastic ones down to get some bonding on. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and wear PPE, please. One idiot. I'm going to go back and have a shower. I'll keep blinking every now and it goes, and then, like, I made myself jump hoodie, so I used the nail gun out. Oh! Yeah, anyway, love you, bye.